How did your mortgage broker buy his first home? Let's find out today on Just Mortgages. Oh, I remember it like it was yesterday, buying our very first home. You know, renting is okay, but then you hear all the neighbors making noises next door and you just don't have that privacy. Well, we decided we were going to buy a home. So I had just changed jobs and I had gone from one employer to the other. Well, lenders don't like the fact that you actually move from one employer to another that quickly. And so I went to a local bank, and that local bank told me that, look, you need 20% down, you have a new job, your credit's good, but you have a new job. Well, we didn't have 20% down. My wife and I really wanted to buy our first home. We didn't have 20% down, so I'm starting to think creatively. Starting to think, how do we do this deal? We want to get this thing done. If you're focused on something and you want it, you figure out ways to get it. And we kept going by this house that we wanted. It was $79,900, I remember it. And we were trying to figure a way to do it. We had 10%. We just didn't have 20, and the bank says, look, we need 20. So I came up with this ingenious idea to ask the builder to hold back a second mortgage of 10% and let the bank do 80, and then we put our 10% down, and then voila, we buy the house. Well, I went to the bank and they said, sure, we don't care as long as we're at 80%. You get your 20%. The builder says, I told the builder, I said, look, the house been sitting there for a couple of months. You want to sell it, we'll pay full price, but you need to hold back a second mortgage and I'll pay you off over 12 months. So it was just 12 payments. And he agreed, so we were able to get that house. So we know how first-time home buyers feel. I feel it today. We have that same feeling when we work with first-time home buyers. We know what they're going through. The builder gave us the key to the house. We would go in there every day and measure the same room we measured the day before, and the day before that, and the day before that. I mean, that's when you're really laser focused on something. We would go in and park the car in the garage and put the garage door like we were there. And we'd go inside and measure, like we're gonna put this furniture here and this furniture here. So we know, and I have that same feeling today, and so when someone comes to us, we consider it a privilege to help them get into their first home. And my wife is the same way. And we've been doing this for 15 and a half years plus. When you call our office, we don't have to ask who this is. We know your voice. That's why we've been around for so long, and we have an unblemished record of being able to close loans. So we understand what it takes to get your first home. We've been through it. We weren't born with a silver spoon in our mouth. We have to work for everything just like you do. So when I was thinking about this down payment, when I had to structure my own transaction, my wife and I, with the 10% second mortgage from the builder, it started getting my mind focused on strategies on being able to close loans that somebody else said that couldn't be closed. They wanted 20% and it wasn't going to get done. Well, the average borrower may have just gone and said, okay, we'll just have to wait. We were determined. So I've taken those same thought processes that I was using at that time to create what we call at Just Mortgages our out-of-the-box lending strategies. What are those? Well, we have things like bank statement programs. We have second lien lenders, right? When we talk about what we had to do, we had the builder hold back the second, but maybe that's an option as well with some of our lenders. We have out-of-the-box lending strategies that help people get into homes sooner and quicker than they would normally get from a standard bank or a mortgage bank that does not have the strategies that we employ. I get emails on a daily basis from lenders that have different types of programs, and I extract every single one of those for my borrowers, even though it may take me twice as long to do those type of loans, but it's the right thing to do to help the borrowers and at least give them that option that they don't know about currently. Because I've read so many articles that say you have to have 20% down and a 740 credit score to buy a house, and everybody's waiting. That's the #1 reason why people wait to buy a house, is to save for a down payment, when in fact they could get one with 3% down, or 95% with 5% down. Or the veterans usually know that there is a no down payment program. There's a USDA program with no down payment, but you do have to be in rural areas. There are strategies. Go with a lender that knows all the tricks of the trade. And I feel at Just Mortgages, we have those tricks of the trade, and we have the strategies to help you get into your home sooner rather than later. I am David Bradley, and this is Just Mortgages. If you like this video and you're looking to buy your first or next home, give us a call or visit our website.